As of today, Paramount Plus, where it is available, will be doing Discovery internationally, as well as Pluto TV in those areas that do not have Paramount Plus. So that is what Paramount is doing to try to get Discovery to all of its viewers. As a result, we'll have, beginning next video, a little more detail on the programs as they go by. Right now, we have to introduce the show. Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd, and today we're going to talk about Anomaly. This is episode 2 in the 4th season of Discovery, and what we have here is a collection of the president of Nivar, Terina, also the ambassador from Ferenginar, and other people that are part of a briefing with the Federation president as they're given the headline edition of the Anomaly. They find that it is 5 light years across, and it is of unknown origin and very difficult to know what it's going to do. The Admiral sends Discovery out to get more data on it. Meantime, we deal with Book, who is obviously mourning the death of his brother and his nephew, who he had just talked to recently, with the destruction of his planet. And he is having various kinds of flashbacks, I suppose, kind of a post-traumatic reaction to the loss of his family and, of course, his entire race. He is the last known inhabitant of his planet. Also, we have a B story in which Adira is supervising the construction of a synth body for Gray. This is very similar to the body that was given to Picard at the end of season 1 of his series, and the question is brought up as to why this hasn't been used more often, and Culber says that because Picard was successful, but most of the people that they built these bodies for did not work, despite it being now 800-year-old technology. And so most of the tries for it have gone away. But in this particular case, since Gray's presence is so pronounced, they believe that it would be able to inhabit this golem that they've built. So that is in the future, the near future, for Gray and Adira. So right now, nobody else can see Gray but Adira, but soon he will have an android body and be able to interact with the rest of the crew. Most of the episode shows the ability of the crew. We see more about, and this is something that's been talked about in previous seasons, we hardly ever got to know the bridge crew. And now we're not only knowing the bridge crew, but we're finding out a little bit about their hobbies, about what their specialties are, about what they can do to improve a situation. And so that's what's going on there. We get a little bit more of a look at Bryce. We get a little bit a better look at Detmer, who has been given more space than anyone so far. Also, we learn a little bit more about Tilly and her reaction to things that have happened. We have the return of Saru, who agrees to be the new first officer of the ship. Although he is a captain, has been offered a command, he decides that he wants to stay with Discovery and kind of return the favor that Burnham did for him while he was captain. And she very gladly accepts that. Also, we see more of Culber being kind of the ship's counselor, and we see some of the reason why Stamets and Book did not get along, and so we see a little bit more into Stamets' character. We also see kind of a new relationship between Book and Culber because they have something in common, that is the ability to operate the spore drive of the ship. So that is going to be a major link between the two of them. But we see more about Saru. We see more about the captain. We see more about Adira and Gray. We see more about Culber and Stamets, and we see more of the bridge crew. I think that's what this whole episode is about. What we find out about the Anomaly is very little, but there's a lot of good special effects there, another use of programmable matter. And I have to say that their improvement of the spore jump effect is great. I like the added sound effects they add to it, and also the spin on it. In previous seasons, what we've seen is the ship kind of spinning and then going to a different place. And this time we see it not only from space point of view, but the ship's point of view of space. So you see the ship flipping and space flipping, and it's really kind of nice effect and well done here. So that's what we have this time. We're glad to see that they've made some kind of effort in which to get the show to everybody around the world, and we're delighted at that. We also see a similar amount of interplanetary cooperation, even though Nivar is not a Federation planet. It is going to throw its Science Academy into the study of a pile of data that is being accumulated on the Anomaly. So that's what the story is about so far, and we, of course, will be back in a couple of days with the Doctor Who episode that'll be coming up on Sunday. We also have heard a little bit more about the specials. The first one is going to come, we believe, on New Year's, and then there will be 2 other specials, which also means that we'll have, before New Year's, we'll have, of course, the 6 episodes already taken care of. So we'll talk about that, though, in our next video. In the meantime, please do subscribe. We do appreciate everyone who has subscribed. It's free and easy to do. It doesn't create any obligation on your part and does all the world for us. So, and we're continuing to work around here. I'm hoping to be able to show you something fairly soon. In the meantime, don't go far.